Yo, 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 King Earner coming to you guys live and direct. Let's speak honor here. Paul Castellano, you mutt, you kidding you? Paul Castellano, big time boss, that Gotti got hit, as they claim allegedly. He never said these things or admitted to it. Sammy said it. We don't know who had Paul hit. But we will say this right here, live and direct, that Paul allowed the federal government to do what? Take pictures, record, get license plates, do all these type of nonsense to Frank Matthews. Because Frank Matthews' honor was so intact, he was the gangster of all gangsters. But a lot of people don't know he dealt with a lot of honorable Philadelphians, the black mafia, you know? A lot of people don't understand that. Because a lot of people don't know the history. A lot of people are speaking on Philly for fame. Only one that I can honor that speak on Philly that got some respect in class is Queen's Flip, because he's not a biased guy. He's gonna tell me, King Earner, you're wrong, and he's gonna tell you if you're wrong. But at the end of the day, we got to get an understanding of something here. Paul Castellano honor ain't intact. And that's what made things go the way it did with the Gambino family and him. Because sometimes we make bad decisions, youngins. It don't have to deal with negativity. This could be for a corporation, somebody that has a huge business. You know, it could be a thing where you actually put somebody in position as a family member. If you don't know, Paul was like damn near his family. He was called Gambino. He was like close to him. They had sort of like a relation thing through marriage. And I want to say this, he made the biggest mistake. He was supposed to make old man Neil boss, but he made a mistake and made his brother-in-law, father-in-law, whatever the hell he was. I don't think he was his brother-in-law, but like, they was related somehow, and it might have been his brother-in-law. I ain't really, so long ago since I really tuned in, I only really honored Johnny and Neil. But at the end of the day, Johnny honored Anastasia more than he honored anybody. And that's where his honor, his likeness came from. So once Paul got in, he began to squeeze the quarter to the eagle scream. He didn't want to cut no bread, let nobody earn nothing. Maybe a few of his team. But when John Gotti got made and his honor was intact, he was an earner. But his team made many mistakes. Angie made a lot of mistakes. But Angie's honor was so intact, man. So intact. Even when Johnny had to back up off of him because of his wrongdoings, him selling the drugs and things of this nature as they allegedly claim, Angie always kept it sturdy. He said, you know Angie, man, he doing 100 years. He never rode. You know he never rode? Because at the end of the day, that's what we do. We stand sturdy when we're a part of negativity. The same way we stand sturdy when we're a part of positivity. Now, Paul Castellano, I'm going to take your neck and I'm going to hold it like this. See these fists? I'm not going to punch you when you're too old, you mutt you. I'm going to slide you down here in my hand and I'm going to put you around. I'm going to twist your legs and your head around your legs, and we're going to pressel you and we're going to throw you out. Just like we done that other mutt. Because we don't have to be too violent, but we have to give the youth the understanding that these guys in position that call themselves bosses got to go out like a boss in reference to whatever culture or things that they're following. And John Gotti, he went out like a boss. He said, I don't care if everybody get 100 years in marrying. No deals. He said, I could have hired Jacoby and Myers here. Shit cost me 5 cents, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he didn't allow his crew or his team to go down without everybody sinking. And we understand that sinking is incorrect. We shouldn't want to sink. But when you're in the streets, you got to understand that's what comes with it, death or jail. So all that other bickering and crying about it, that's not what we do. And I had an individual say that I talk bad about the dead. King Erna don't talk no bad about no dead. You know what King Erna do? I set up parables and examples for the people. And I just was simply saying, which is truth. There's no way I'm fighting with anybody else if I'm not fighting with anyone who has done some dishonor to my family members. Whether it's my aunt, my uncle, my brothers, my cousins, whatever. And someone could say, well, King Erna, what if somebody you done something to, family members want to do something to you or have something to say negative about you? I say, let them do it and let them say it. Because whatever I get myself into, my hands, who I am as a man, must handle that. We don't do no crying and bickering. We don't do no ranting. I got plenty of family members in the ground. One by the name of Dame Gilmore. I made sure I quarterbacked that when his killer was in jail. And he ain't die, but he was dishonored. Just to let a person know, you don't do that to individuals that I love. Now everybody can say, oh, King Erna, what you teaching the youth? Teaching the youth positivity. But I also want to tell the youth, if something happened to your damn mother, your father, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, you go revenge it. Because that's livelihood. That's understanding what men do. Now, ladies, no. Children, no. And everything doesn't have to deal with revenge in a negative way. Could be a sit down or talk. There's some closure. But the understanding has to be there, and at least a check. Let's honor that much. Let's not say anything violent. The check, me checking you, yo, that was wrong. That was my folks, cuz. You know, and I'm not a gangster or something like that. If I, you know, because I'm not a gangster. I'm not into anything negative. These guys will not throw me up on a wall and say that I'm a criminal, because that's my past life. But guess what? I have a convict mindset when it comes down to making decisions of following the honorable code. And those convict mindsets didn't come from a penitentiary. Came from my mother, sorry to say, but I honor it. And I love that I don't go in that direction. I'm King Erna from the Honor Your Life campaign. Keep restoring honor in a positive way. King Erna, live and direct. Let's restore it. Let's restore it. Yeah, that's what I'm on. Live and direct. Paul, you're gone. Your honor is snatched.